Recently, a friend of mine asked me how can she do a wing liner, and she's hooded just like I am. And I got out a couple of my liners, I don't have too many, and tried to play around, and the truth is this: if you were hooded, you may not be able to do a winged liner. It depends on how you are hooded. There's many different kinds of hoods. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube who have technically hooded lids, but it's just they don't necessarily have a crease. Well, their crease isn't up by their socket line, if that makes sense. Hooded so much that it almost pretty much hits my lash line. But there are some women who are hooded towards the center of the eye, but they're not hooded at the end. And if you are hooded like that, you can do a winged liner. So I'm just going to go from my point of view, from my perspective, because I can't do makeup from another person's perspective, another kind of hooded perspective on my eyes. And the real question isn't how can I do a winged liner, but she had an event to go to. It was an evening wedding, and she wanted to do something a little more special. You know, she can do her day-to-day, but when it comes to an event of some kind, she just wanted to kick it up a notch and had a hard time of it. So I wanted to, now that the holidays are on the way, I thought this might be a good time to take a look at some hooded lid ideas for this kind of hooded lid for evening, since I can't do wing liner. So if you want to see how to get an evening look for the holidays done on a hooded lid, keep watching. I'm the Hooded Lid, and welcome to my channel. Going in with Dusty Rose. To me there's two, I really like that they did this. To me there's two colors that you could use for your transition here. You could do the orange soda, which would make everything more warm, or you could do the Dusty Rose, which makes everything more pink. I think every palette should have two transition shades in different tones, so you can mix it up a bit and really get the most out of your shadow. This is the brush that comes with it. It's not bad. This cool brown Cypress Umber, it's a little dark for me, but I'm going to give it a go, and I'm kind of going to try to give myself some depth with this. We'll see how that works. My eyes are not only hooded, but they're crepey, and I have a fat pad here, and the lid just lays differently here, so when my eyes are closed, everything looks quite different, especially around this area. But the idea is, how's it look when the eyes are open? And that's where I want it to be a little even. And I'm always a little darker on this side of the fat pad. And there's my disclaimer. So I'm going to start on the easy eye and just kind of go in lightly, feeling where my socket is. Feeling around the eyeball in a circular motion with a small brush. And stop there. So here's the end of my eye right here. I'm stopping before that. Then I'll take another brush to blend. And this brush, you can see, comes, it's like a candle that comes to a peak, and that's a nice shape for working in this area. I want to try to keep this area concentrated with the color. Open the eye. It's just giving you a little something. It's not necessarily seen when the eye is open, but it's giving a little bit of depth. It's a little darker on this eye, and I like it a little better for evening, so I'm going to go back to this eye and add a little bit. I have my eyes open, so I can be sure to get this where it can be seen with the eyes open. And then blend. Else I'm going to blend the transition again with Dusty Rose. First I'm going to apply the powder and then blend it. And there's a couple of shimmer options in here. I think this color is the best. Excuse my nails. I was playing with color at the drugstore. I think I want something brown for my nails. And that color is Sultry. I'm going to go in with my finger. and back in with the brush just to make sure that there's some kind of relationship, especially in the areas where everything kind of rubs off on me. So I'm going to do this Urban Decay. It reads black, but it's actually purple. And these are great because they don't transfer like many liners do. They really set. And I'm being a little bit sloppy because I am going to smudge it really gently. Not looking for a hard line, and I'm not going outside of my eyeball because that would just pull everything down. And then the waterline, tight line rather. A big old-fashioned blend with a lovely fluffy brush. I think this is really pretty and will get you to a special occasion, a wedding, a dinner, a holiday party, without being too much. I'm going to do some mascara and finish up my face, and I'll be right back. Alright, I did my brows, I did some concealer under my eyes, I did a little bit of blush and a little bit of lip, kind of a nude lip, which I think suits this very well. This nude is the Dusk from Becca, and it's a warm undertone, a little brownish. Pink could work as well, but it might be too much, and it depends on your skin tone. Use a nude, don't use a nude, use a neutral, don't use a neutral. It's about the eye and, you know, how you match it up with the rest of your face. Totally up to you. Now, I think this is perfectly lovely. I think it gets you to a special occasion. A little punch, a little different than your daily look. People, I think, will notice your beautiful eyes. But if you wanted to punch it up a little bit, I think this is a good way to go about it. With rose pink, just on the, not in the inner corner, but around the edge. I'll show you. I'm kind of really over, not that I was ever really into the inner corner highlight. This was an optical illusion that professional makeup artists did for celebrities, for actresses on red carpet. So the idea is the camera would kind of pick up on that lightness, but it's not picking up the makeup. And it just kind of brightens the eyes, makes them look further apart, and it's more youthful and fresh looking. And then I think people turn the inner corner highlight into the new accessory. It's the new earrings. And they put in huge pops of colors. And there's nothing wrong with that for play. But if it's real life and it's a holiday party with friends or co-workers, I think a little bit more subtle when you're doing some playing on the inner eyes. Or you could do the same thing with a different color that's lighter, which will bring more light in there, or go over it with a lighter color. And there's two to choose from in here. I guess I'll go in with Glistening, because I feel like this is a little too dark for me. I'll do a little in the inner corner, but also a little on the inner lash line. There. Now I've kind of lightened up that area. I chose the Soft Glam palette for a couple of reasons. It's very popular, so I'm going to assume a lot of people actually own it. And it's still in production, so if you don't have it, you can go out and buy it. It's not new, but I think it's really a good palette. You can get day looks out of this easily and night looks, and you can get several of each. So this is the one with the cooler colors, with the Dusty Rose as the transition. Let's do one with the Orange Soda, another night look. All right, now let's do a warmer look. I'm using the same palette. I'm going to start with the Orange Soda for my transition. Orange Soda. I'm actually probably going to put this all over the lid. And I put concealer and powder on my lids. Burnt orange right above it. I'm going to kind of do the transition with that, and I'm just calling this a base color. Someone asked me about my eye brush video and said you have cheaper alternatives, and you know, I said I really think it's worth spending the money on nice brushes because they'll last you forever and they're worth it. And I don't think you have to have a lot of brushes, but look how nicely this went on with the Wayne Goss brush. It's just, and I think maybe the brush is $30. I don't think it's the end of the world to spend $30 on a brush. I do have my limits, of course, but I think my most expensive might be the Chikuhodo brush, but I use it every single day. And I know, you know, the black line of the Hakuhodos are comparable. They do have, the red line is insanely expensive, but don't do it, do the black line. They're great, great brushes too. This is a look that isn't fabulous on me, but it works for some people, so I want to show you how to do it. This is sepia. So you could do the same application that I just did with the more pink toned eye. Or if you are one of those people where you're not hooded at the end but you're hooded in the center, you could do that deepening up on the outer edge and just working it into your crease. These are such nice shadows. I haven't used my Anastasia palette in such a long time. I only have two, I think. The Renaissance and this one. Yeah. The looks they've been doing lately. The Carly Bible is pretty. It's one of those things where I look at the colors and go, ooh, pretty. But I know immediately I won't be able to use it. It has these beautiful shimmer and glitter colors and metallic colors. They're gorgeous. But there's too many in that palette for me to make use of that palette. And I just don't really understand what they did with that peach color and then that fuchsia-y color. I don't know. There we go. Now so far this is actually a great day look, you know, but we're going to pump it up and make it night. Just going to do the other eye first. Yeah. I'm going to just show you the shimmer colors and give you some ideas. So this is the one we did with the first look. Obviously the gold, to me it's obvious, the gold is what needs to happen on this eye. And again, inner third because that's what works for my eye shape. But if your hood is in a different area than mine is, you might be able to do the center. Yeah, if you're not fully hooded where your hood is down to your lash line, you could do like a spotlight instead. But I like the inner corner. It brings, like I said before, brings some brightness to the area. Oops. Okay, I fat fingered that. Okay, gonna have to redo my under eye stuff. Now I'm gonna deepen up again. You could go, the natural way to go would be with this cool dark brown, but I'm kind of attracted to this. And you know what? Maybe I'm not gonna deepen up with it. Maybe I am going to line with it. That's what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna use this brush. So it's not a hard, thin line. And put it right at the lash line, just for a little more drama. Okay, I lied. This is what I'm doing. A little more drama, and now I'm going to smudge a little under the eyes, and I'll do that with sepia. Just a little, for me personally. A little cleaning. Another great thing about this palette is it has a black color, so I'm going to do some lining with that and hope it doesn't transfer up to my lids. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It depends on the brand, really. And once I get to the gold, make it thinner and thinner. I'm looking at it thinking I want a little more darkness and I want to pull it out over here. I'm going to go back into the Cypress Umber, but I'm using the Goss. Now this is Squirrel, so it doesn't pick up too much and it doesn't lay down too much. And since this color is so dark, I normally wouldn't go out with a color this dark. So I need to do it with a squirrely. A squirrely. I think I got it. By George, I think she's got it. So it's a dark color, but I'm using a light hand. And I'm going to go in with that same color, it's called bronze, by the way, that I did on the inner third. And I'm going to try to do that right around here to add a little je ne sais quoi to the equation. Okay, I am getting transfer from the liner, unfortunately, so that's okay. I'll just blend it. It just adds to a deeper crease. I don't know, maybe this is a good shortcut for for emphasizing your creases. Just put it on as liner and open your eyes and boom, you have a perfect crease. That is kind of genius. I never thought of that before. I might have to test that out. I think a nice way to, if you're into it, if it doesn't freak you out, I've never done it myself, but I think a nice way to make this look a little more pow, a little more special, is to do a couple of false eyelashes. Just a couple at the end to give it a very evening look. So there it is. This is a look for a real person, for someone who does wear eyeshadow every day, but maybe just two colors, something simple to give you a little depth, a little shape, to help bring out the color of your eyes. It doesn't have to be a wing liner. You can do something like this. I want to thank you so much for spending a little time with me. I hope you found it really helpful, and I think I might do a couple more videos as we get closer to the holidays. And yeah, I hope you come again. In the meantime, I'm wishing you a great day.